My next guest is back in action. Going to be taking on Chris Barnett coming up here, UFC 279, September 10th. It's Jake Collier joining me here on the program for the very first time. Jake, how are you?
Doing great, man. And yourself?
Doing awesome. For those wondering why this is a phoner, we had a bit of a connection issue, but really glad I still got a chance to talk to you, man. And I just wanted to start with the fact that this is on UFC 279. It's going to be headlined by Khamzat Chimaev, Nate Diaz. Does that get you a little bit more excited? Because there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on this card.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And especially being on the pay-per-view, the way it looks like, it's exciting, man. And the main event, everybody's going to be watching for sure. So I'm sure there's going to be plenty of eyes tuned in for it.
And what do you think that says about you and about Chris, that, the UFC knows you guys are going to deliver an exciting fight and they've decided to put you on that pay-per-view? Does that mean a lot to you?
Yeah, I honestly think that's why they put us on there. They're two exciting strikers that are going to go out there and put on a show just to, add to the build-up to the main event.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. I imagine you got plenty of notice for this fight. It looked like you got a full training camp.
Yeah, we've been we had a good, nice long camp. I mean, we're about 3.5 weeks out, something like that. Feeling good. Had kind of went after the last one. I'm real sick and tired of losing to these split decisions, so we kind of went back to the drawing board and really started focusing on a lot of different areas that we hadn't focused on as much. So kind of changed it up a little bit with the striking and the cardio and stuff like that.
Let's talk quickly about that last fight. I have to bring this up because I went and looked at the scorecards. So, there's this site called MMA Decisions where people can submit their scorecards. The media can anyways. 14 media members scored the fight for you. Not a single media member scored it for Andrei Arlovski. I know losses suck, man. I know they're not fun to talk about, but does that make you feel a little bit better just knowing a lot of people felt like you won that fight?
Yeah. I mean, the social media, I'm not big on social media, but it kind of all blew up. Mm-hmm. I mean, every media outlet that I seen said that I had it pretty much 30-27. The first judge gave it to me 30-27. And then I don't know what happened. Those other two judges went rogue.
Yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. I know we've had some really bad decisions, over the last couple of years. Let's talk about your opponent though, Chris Barnett, another just really fun, exciting fighter, someone that people have really gotten behind, kind of like yourself here. How are you looking at this fight from a style perspective? This has got fight of the night written all over it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he throws, wild, crazy stuff. He's an exciting fighter. He brings tons of energy to the cage, and I'm excited for it because I don't like boring fights. I don't want a guy that I'm fighting that's going to try to lay on me for 3 rounds. Hey, man, let's go out there and put on a show. That's what people buy pay-per-views for. That's why they buy tickets. They want to see good fights, and I think me and Chris are just a great couple to do that.
Do you see a bit of, Chris in yourself in terms of being, a bit of a character and someone that fans have really kind of been rooting for? You have a big following, it seems. People just want to see you succeed. I think similar to Chris as well.
Yeah, I mean, I was actually a fan of Chris before he even got to the UFC. I watched highlight reels of him and stuff, and it just, he's a fun guy to watch. And I feel like with fans of mine, they know I'm going to bring it every time. I'm always going to show up with a pretty good gas tank. I'm going to be throwing punches and kicks until the fight's over, Yeah. And Chris is the same way, man. Chris is a big guy and super athletic. You can't take that away from him.
Training camp. Who have been some of the main training partners helping you get ready for this fight?
My boy Dakota Bush, my normal guys, Chris Pullman, Patrick Smith. But we kind of switched up things. Like normally Patrick Smith is, really focuses on my striking and stuff. But Dakota, me and him been training together since, he was like 1-0 as an amateur. And he's a little younger than me, and he's a 55er. And I kind of really started working with him a lot on other things with my striking, trying to evolve me, man. It's kind of crazy. The young kids teaching the older guys some stuff now, and I'm loving it. And doing all just the movement with him, me trying to keep up with the 55er. I feel like it's really helped my speed and really my agility the most. I feel like I'm the most athletic I've ever been. So, and I've been feeling good, man, and healthy. No, knock on wood, no injuries like normal. So yeah. It's really been helping out a lot.
And you mentioned Dakota there. Obviously, most people know who he is, but I'm sure you have a lot of names at the gym that people aren't familiar with. But how crucial is that for a guy like yourself where the camp's catered to you? You go to these big gyms, sometimes you get lost in the shuffle. It seems like that's been working for you. How crucial is that for you in your development, just having a camp that's centered around you?
Yeah, that's what we all. I feel like that's why we excel because we're smaller, close knit guys. So when I'm in camp, it's all about me. The guys are there trying to push me, try to kill me, and the same thing vice versa. Like Dakota or some of the other guys, Jacob, Hiley, when they get in camp, I mean, it's all about them, and we all show up and we push each other, and it is really nice. And I do see, I see the positives of the big gyms, great facilities, multiple coaches, good guys. But man, sometimes I really truly believe that when you just got, 5, 6 guys and it's just you and them, like the amount of work and the push you get from those guys is a lot better than having 50 guys in the gym.
Now, one thing I want to ask you is, as a heavyweight, do you have to diet at all, or is it kind of eat what you want? I'm sure you're not eating terrible because obviously you got to perform well in the cage. But what's sort of that looking like? Now that you're fighting at heavyweight.
Yeah, I have to eat clean. I don't have good genetics, man. I'm the guy that'll blow up to 300 pounds easily. Okay. So I have to eat very clean, and especially I do strength and conditioning every morning. Did it this morning, and I don't know if again it's just genetics or what. But like when I lift, I get heavy fast.
Okay.
So this will be the last week of my strength and conditioning, and then it's going to be all, the last 3 weeks is going to just be all body weight kind of stuff. Lots, amping up more of the cardio, more of the sprints. Been doing a lot of hill sprints and stuff like that, just working on my explosiveness. Okay. But yeah, I truly do have to eat clean because I do not.
No, I was curious. I mean, obviously, yeah, I know you're not eating terrible or anything, but I know with heavyweight you can get away with it a little bit more. But it sounds like you can, obviously, because like you mentioned, you can balloon up pretty quickly. We all do, by the way. Yeah. I'm in my late 30s, so I can understand for sure. That metabolism's not what it used to be, right?
No, man. And that old saying, "Well, when you get older, it's harder to cut." They weren't lying.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. I don't think we're going to see this go to the scorecards. How do you see this fight playing out on September 10th?
I think I'm going to push the pace too much on him. I'm going to wear him out and TKO him in the second. I ain't going to another decision. The judges can go ahead and clock out for this one because we ain't needing them. I'll be honest with you, either he's knocking me out or I'm knocking him out. TKO, but I feel very confident in my skills and my ability. I don't think he's ever really fought anybody like me. So I'm going to really try to push the pace early, just be in his face, wear him down, go for the finish.
The judges should clock out for this one. Why is that not on a t-shirt, Jake? You got to get that made. And I want my 10% just for suggesting the idea. So what do you think?
That sounds good.
I was curious, how many more fights do you have left in your contract? Do you have a few? I can't remember when you re-upped.
Orlowski was my first fight on my new contract.
Oh, so there you go. Yeah, so
this
plenty.
Fight and then 2 more.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I got like 3 more counting this one.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That's cool. And I imagine, do you want to get one more fight in this year? I guess you'll wait to see how this goes, but is that sort of your thinking right now is, fight one more time after this?
Dude, I would love to do that, man. I was saying that to my wife because my family all went on vacation here recently. I didn't get to go. And I told her, I was like, well, I already missed my vacation. So get in there, get unhurt, get out nice and healthy. And I'd love to fight again, it would be 4 fights this year. I like to stay busy. What
vacation did you miss out on? Where did they go?
They went Gatlinburg, Tennessee, rented a cabin up there in the mountains and stuff. They had a pretty good time. Seen some bears running around the driveway and stuff. They thought that was awesome.
Yeah, and that kind of wanted to get me to my next question. Now, we talked about it there. I know you're not like a big social media guy. It seems like you're outdoors a lot. Is that true? Do you kind of stay away from all this technology, which I think is great? These kids these days, man, they're glued to their phones and iPads and all that. I'm an advocate of, enjoying what's around you as opposed to what's in front of you.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm always... Me and my oldest son, I've always been a big car guy, and I'm in the process of storing my dad's old truck. He's out there helping me wrench on it and stuff. And hell, he actually went to the gym with me this morning just to get a workout in. So we're always trying to do stuff. I'm on my boys all the time. I don't want them sitting around on their asses all day playing video games. Let's get outside and do something.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm that same way. You got to have gone outside if you want to play any video games. You got to do something out there, and then we can do that at night when it's dark out and you can't go outside, right? I think that's good parenting right there. So that's good. Have you always kind of been that way with social media, where you're just kind of like, not for me, it's a waste of time, or was that something recently you've decided to do?
No, I've just kind of always been that way because, everybody's got their own opinion, And
it is a huge waste of time. I commend you, man, because I have to do it for the industry that I'm in, but still, like, I wish I could be like you and just kind of disconnect from all of it because it is a huge waste of time, right?
I mean, you could be the greatest fighter in the world. You could be a world champion. You could done everything right in your world, in the world, never even, rolled through a stop sign. Somebody's going to find something with you to talk shit about.
Right.
It doesn't matter what it is. And it's like, why waste my time and energy on that?
Yeah. No. I hear you on that. Just and kind of last question, kind of on the same line of things. Downtime, what does that look like for you? You mentioned working on cars, hanging out with your kids. Like what is Jake Collier's downtime outside of the cage?
Man, yeah, just me and my boys love messing around with cars. They all play sports. If I'm not this year, my boys all play baseball and stuff. We're always doing something. Hell, Friday after training, I took them to the racetrack. We spent half the night there just watching races. Just doing stuff fun with them that they like to do. And I'm always outside playing catch, or we're playing catch with a football or playing basketball. We're always doing something.
That's awesome. And you're punching people in the face, Jake, and we're looking forward to it in a few weeks here. It's UFC 279 coming up September 10th. If there's anyone you'd like to thank, any sponsors or any social media you want to plug, although, like you said, not on social media much, the floor is yours, man. I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to the fight doctors. Those guys always are working with me, helping me with my nutrition, any injuries. My main man, Mike Francis with SBX, and my coach, Patrick Smith, and my manager, Hector Castro, man. That's all I got.